Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world, come and see. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's that time of the weekend when it's me and you, and sweating my ass off under this head of hair again. Okay, so let's get started with the nitty gritty. This week has been pretty good for me and Michelle financially. We have been doing good. We got the bills paid. All the essentials are paid. We have money in the bank. We have, thanks to the many donations of so many of you, we will continue to be able to put money towards not only the teeth for Michelle, but also for possibly for moving on to greener pastures as well. And hopefully, maybe they can be cooler ones. It's hot in here. We have the fan on high, blowing at me. I'm wearing a hot head of hair on top of my head. It's a little itchy. And Michelle originally was going to do my show outside, but she chose not to because she realized that her neighbors may wonder who the hell I am. Which actually would make sense. Besides that, it's a real pain in the ass to call out a phone, a tablet, set up a Streamlabs or Restream.io studio app to stream my show. read the chats. Have a panel open, which I wouldn't be able to read the captions on, which would kind of suck. Yep. Just not going to be the best way to do things. Conversely, the same is true with Silver Moon Radio. Because Michelle realizes that when she's playing her records outside after 9 o'clock, the men in blue may show up for breach of peace. Wondering why a drunken cow is singing through records. Not that I'm a drunken cow. I don't know, Michelle. Some of your audience has a hard time telling sometimes. That's true. So, where is everybody? You announced the stream in advance. I announced the stream in advance. I told everybody we're live. We told everybody this. We're here. I don't know. I don't know where everybody is. Okay, so now there was a question that came up yesterday. Which do people prefer more, my show or Silver Moon Radio? Well, what do you think, Michelle? How about both? I mean, Silver Moon's good, right? Yeah. But it's a different audience, and we know that. Yeah. And it's true. By the way, the yogurt is nicely freezing in the freezer right now. The chocolate yogurt is now going to become frozen. Now, you know what? Would you like to talk about how you would make soft serve out of that without using a Taylor ice cream freezer? Let's talk about how Taylor makes them, and then we can talk about how you probably could simulate the same thing. A Taylor machine uses a temperature control and a rotating blade. The blade's job is to keep the mix circulating as the chill down process is occurring. And it's thermostatically controlled to bring it down to a temperature just above freezing. So it may kind of be like a late slushy. Oh, we got the clowns. Hello, Ebony. Welcome to the show today. You're the first one. Now I got the crowns. Sweet. Thank you, Ebony. That's going to be fun. Now I'm going to be watching everybody come running in here and try to go, I want burst stabs! I want burst stabs! Yeah, like you wait till they will. Sadly enough, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get people to make, who's going to donate first? Who's going to donate second? Who's going to donate third? Don't worry about it. All right. How you do the real for deal? The deal for real. How you doing today? So, we are really, really stoked about yesterday. I mean, that was a huge motherload of money that came in and memberships. And we're so happy for Michelle's channel that she had achieved so much. I was totally gobsmacked. I had no idea I was going to get that much. I had no idea anyone was going to donate at all. I was just totally caught off guard. But you came out. It came out well for you. You did well. Thank you, everybody. Also, thank you for demonstrating that now the crowns are on my side of the system, too. Eventually, somehow, those crowns are going to get so old that people are going to get sick of them. Now, that's true. Yes, I would say that would definitely be true. The only other day we came close to that was during the convocation on Wall Street. That's true. When the real, I mean, DJ Files sent you something like 250 Australian. Yeah. Then he gave you, um, then he sent in noodles 500 Australian. Right. And we had a lot of other donations. We came, but it wasn't really all in one day though. Right. So it kind of was close to this. I would say it was close, yeah. Well, anyway, so the point is that we still owe everybody a thank you so much. Anyway, no matter what, I don't care when whoever donated. I just want people to know that me and Michelle appreciate you. Do I get the kitty on this? You might. Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Kitty. So all the donations you have sent to me, Michelle, and on her channels, my channel. Can't receive donations at this point. Ah, I forgot about that. Oh, there we go. Yep. And now, yes, the chocolate yogurt is ready to go. It's just freezing up now. You need to see if you can make it soft serve like you can with a Taylor ice cream machine. Well, I don't have a Taylor ice cream machine. Those things cost thousands of dollars. I know. I don't even know if Taylor makes a home version. I wonder if they do. Wow, that'd be awesome. You'll have soft serve yogurt every day. Pretty much, yeah. Fantastic for the summer days. And that's going to be really cool. And we did take the plain yogurt out of the freezer too, and that's gonna be. We're gonna do the same thing again, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not gonna probably televise it. Well, maybe we might. We might. Well, either way. It was, this could be hot today, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be down to about 28 degrees, but, Gidgey, you got a problem in Texas right now. Almost 24 people, over 24 people have died from the heavy flooding in Texas. And, people wondered how you yourself are doing in Texas with the flooding in Texas. Are you safe? Are you safe? Because it's a flat state. So people wondered that if you are safe in Texas during the flooding. So that's the question. So how safe is Gitchy with the flooding? And get the pin open? Yeah, I can get the pin open here. Absolutely. Let's do that. Let's get the panel open. And get this on the screen. Put this chat on. It's over 50. As I know, some of them are safe, but very personally affected. I'm really sorry to hear about that and how it's affecting you personally. I'm glad that many are safe. And I'm hoping that the weather, will be better for you and other people in Texas. And I do know about some of the kids at the summer camp. The director of the summer camp, unfortunately, had perished trying to save some of the kids at the summer camp. As I saw on Fox News with Michelle this afternoon. How you doing, Nats? Welcome to the show today. Welcome. Yep. Michelle and I were looking at a 16,000 BTU air conditioner before we came on here. It would have been nice. Yeah, but we kept saying teeth first, teeth first. I don't think $316 for an LG portable roll-around air conditioner is bad. Make a dog bone adapter to connect it to the stove outlet, and then you got a perfect deal. Yes, I understand, Gidgey. Makes you really think, though. Well, at the same time, Los Angeles is burning again. I bet Los Angeles would probably say to Texas, hey, I'll make a deal. You send that water over here. We can use it right now. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. No, I wish it was. Just like the Tux commercial. Let me cool your fire for you. Yeah. Oh no, I thought Brad liked my video, my cooking video. He saw it on the Discord yesterday. This morning. So he actually said he liked the demo. So he's still on the Discord. He didn't totally run off. Hi, Brain Dead. Good morning to you. Well, that's the reason I'm thinking we're going to get rid of those soundboards. Because it's basically just nothing but a colossal mess to have the soundboard function, and it doesn't do much good. Well, yeah, I can see your point. Oh, yeah! But sometimes it can be comic relief, too. How you doing, Chantix? Good morning to you. Yeah, so Prime Deals days are coming up on the 8th and to, I think, the 11th or something. 3 or 4 days. 3 or 4 days. And, good afternoon, Chantix. Yep. I want to see us get some more new subscribers, too. You will. Oh, that's true. We will. Yeah. So, no music on today's show here. Trying to grow this channel legitimately, and it's not always easy. No, it's not easy. It's kind of hard. Thank you, Genji, for helping out here. Let's see. Was this the pile of emojis? Good morning, Bradley. How you doing today? Not sure exactly understand what all the emojis are for. Well, there's a lot of different pictures: a dog, a cat, a giraffe. But I was just looking at them real quick here. Headphones, a washer, like has a large diameter outer washer with a small inner diameter hole. A trumpet, a wad of money, a recycling symbol. Yeah, you're welcome. So, 16,000 BTU air conditioner rollaway. What? It's a single hose one though. It's not a two hose, which means its efficiency would be lower because that means air to fulfill it is going to have to come in from the something else. Yeah, but it's a regular 4-inch dryer hose, which means 5-inch. So yeah, so you could couple a regular dryer hose on top of it and make it long enough to sit right next to me here at the desk. Ooh, that is so tempting. It is, but yeah, it's so. So anyway, Ebony, how are you doing right downstairs? Are you keeping it cool? I know you have an air conditioner. Oh no, wait, Krista has air conditioner. I think you do too. Um, how's your mother doing? How are you doing? You doing okay? Oh, that's good. I know Michelle said that she wants you to come with her to McGreen's. Are you interested in going to McGreen's next weekend? Because we did text you. We did send you a message a couple weeks ago, but you never got back to us. So we wanted to know if you still want to go with me and Michelle to McGreen's sometime soon. It's within walking distance. You don't need a car. And they have hamburgers, they have pizza, they have full meals available. It's the only thing is they don't take plastic. Well, okay. Well, I guess a fan is better than nothing. I'm getting a bit of a blowjob over here too. I still can't get the fan to go any faster than it is. Well, that's good that your mom's good. That's excellent to hear that. He can be very dangerous to people, as Tina found out. And absolutely, Michelle has already just let her know the day because she's got money available. She just needs to know when so she can go shake the ATM for like $40, and then we can go out and get some dinner, and then like she promised you. And maybe we can live stream it too. Well, yeah, I'm sure you can. Do a landscape live stream so everybody can see you in ebony on the table. Oh, you're not. You're talking to somebody who's got the same problem. Trust me. Yeah. Well, let's see. Can you pull up a forecast? I know in middle week it's going to be down to 25 degrees Celsius, which is a little easier. And it's so close by. It's right behind the bank. You can actually get there pretty quickly. And, so I understand with the asthma because I got asthma too. Yes, she does. That sounds good. Noodles can eat his heart out as far as I'm concerned. He's always trying to tell Michelle, hey, you got to go with vertical. What good is that? I can only show one person. If I go with landscape, they can see me and my guest. That's just better anyway. Well, it's true. You can show you and your guest. And, yeah, with Restream.io, Studio Restream.io, you could theoretically do a landscape in portrait. Gee, Mom, I got a postage stamp. Oh. What they need to do is they need to have a way that you can size or dynamically size the frame. So you can make, maybe pan and zoom it. Even for this desk here, that would have been great. What I would mean is that if we put the screen in portrait, where I can move it over so I would be more in the center. And Michelle did contact Studio Restream.io and asked them that. Brain did. I don't think you realized that on an iPhone, that's really difficult to do that. Yeah, and then all the chat's going to end up on both screens, and then I'm going to be double working to try to read everything. I want to make sure it's easy so that we can all enjoy the meal and not have to worry about answering all the questions at the same time. Well, thank you. It's the, of course, it doesn't help any that my green screen is over there. There you go. That's better. Yes, it's called the Gothic Patio. Michelle used to use it long ago. I liked it. We found the original picture, so we put it up here for my channel because I like the background. Yeah. Well, I think YouTube has been putting too much damn emphasis on the vertical too long. I think it's, I know the reason why. They want to be the new TikTok. I thought TikTok was stupid in the first place. Why do you want to be like TikTok? Because they think it's a cool thing. What's so cool about it? I don't know. If you're registered blind, TikTok is not cool. I know it's not. Most people are not registered blind. I know they are not, but it's just saying this is that for people that have disabilities, they have to use what works for you. No, there's a point, but it's just like Michelle said. You're going to be streaming in vertical. You're going to be ignoring all the vertical comments. They're going to be recorded in there. Somebody's going to have to go through and read them later on and weed them out. That's what the mods do. But then that means the mods are going to have to be watching 2 streams simultaneously on the desktop. As one is going to have you on one screen and it being crunched in like a little sardine in a can. And then the other one is going to be you spread out and living large like you are right now, like I am right now. But this is... Right, well, that's what we'd like to do. It's just some of the stuff that YouTube does. Sometimes it just totally misses the point a lot. And since I'm not monetized, I'm going to give you two a piece of my mind right now. Respectfully. Okay, first of all, do you know that on the 15th of July, new protocols are coming in on the monetization guidelines saying that if you're a lazy, lackluster AI channel or even a non-AI channel that makes zero content with zero effort, zero work, that your channel is likely to be demonetized forever? If you think YouTube is not going to be running ads against your channel, you're damn wrong. Considering that those channels are bringing lots of videos in. So what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, I'm keeping the money for ourselves. Thanks for your lackluster efforts making us very rich. We're not paying you because we're a spoiled, big, greedy company. You know what I said to that? There's only one valid problem, which is that pin the link to the vertical or horizontal, what's going to happen? You can't click on links on portrait. They don't have the ability to click on links. No, they don't. That's the other thing. That's just an example of where... So, if you're one of those channels that creates lackluster content that isn't worth anything, and even though you think your little AI stuff is cute, if you think YouTube isn't going to go ahead and say, oh, your millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views in your shorts, and it's going to go ahead and say, well, I'm going to demonetize and we're not going to make any money at all on you. You got another thing coming. You know what they're going to do? As I said, they're going to go ahead and they're going to run ads against your video anyway. You're just not going to get paid. They're going to take all the money for themselves. So, we'll see on the 15th of July if they don't renege on that, because I got a feeling they're going to have to. People have already told us over and over again, Michelle, Lumi, we can't click on links in the chat on mobile, on the portrait streams. We can't click on those links. We've tried. We tried to share links, and they can't click them. So how would they be able to go to the links if they can't click on the link? They would be stuck. Yeah. I would say just, Michelle, make it simple. Why don't you just do what you usually do? Put the postage stamp on your letter sideways, i.e. the landscape and a vertical, and cut it simple with that. With the links in the bottom of the screen. So some people say that they can't read the chat. Oh, come on. I understand that, brain dead. It's just that YouTube itself has created this problem. Oh no. Ebony said she'd be willing to do the live streaming. That's not the problem. Well, it's 3:32 p.m. It's 30 degrees Celsius outside. Well, either way, we'll have to figure something out. But I think Michelle knows the solution that worked for her in the past. She'll probably just do it again. Two, two. Um, no, it's not bad for July, but it's quiet. Not too much going on the 4th. We just stayed upstairs and played some Turtle Wow and just had a good time. We didn't stream it though; it was off camera. Chantix, me, Michelle, Gaming Fairy, the other Michelle, Brain Dead. Yeah, I know. We've been the same way. Oh, that sounds pretty good. So, Ebony, did you see the homemade chocolate yogurt Michelle made? Yeah, it came out pretty good, actually. You want to show them the link? I'm sure those people on your channel already know about it. I don't think Ebony saw it, though. Oh, okay. So, let's go ahead and pull it up. For those of you who want to see, it's not that long. Lyft is offering an offer, save $10 off the first 2 rides. Yeah. So let me pull up Michelle's video here. Okay. So okay, good. Okay, so let's get this on the screen so you can all see this. This is the yogurt show that Michelle said that she was going to work on, and it came out pretty good. So let me just play a little bit of it. Oh, here we go. You want to go share that screen? Okay. Green yogurt. There we go. Chocolate yogurt. Okay. So here's the video, so you can see this. So let's click this on. Turn on the captions for the audience. Nice. Welcome. I made a slight mistake when I originally took one yogurt out of the freezer. I thought I grabbed the plain. I grabbed the low-fat vanilla, which is okay because we're still gonna do it anyway. It turns out I had 5 of the plains and 1 vanilla. Okay, so I'm gonna still do the same cooking with you. Yeah, I know we have sub-only mode on, and we can change that. Show you. We're gonna use the mixing bowl because that way you can see how we do it. If I just poured it straight into the container, you probably wouldn't have no idea what I'm doing. So, so this is, because this is frozen, you can see that the curds in a way have separated. This is very common, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we need to have the whey because we need it for the chocolate powder to bind to. So, what me do is pour this into the mixing bowl. Let me get this on, as you can see here. Trying to show the instructions. So there's the bowl. So all I'm gonna do is scoop this. I actually didn't need the spoon, but or plop it into the bowl. I did in the end to get the rest of it out of the container. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try some experiments anyway. So what I'm gonna do, by the way, the pan that we're using was just to carry all the stuff out on the porch. It's already kind of sweet, so you don't want to really go too crazy with the saccharin because you're gonna make it worse. So it's in the bowl there. I'm gonna put my beaters on. This time I will make sure they're off first, because we're gonna re-homogenize it, because otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay, I'll put in the mains. Please do not forget to subscribe to Michelle's channel and support her content, people. Okay, so let me switch to highest resolution, so you can see it. So now we're going to start by rehomogenizing this. So you're going to start and low. There's a reason we did it outside, the dust is part of it. You'll see that in a little bit. Perfect. All right. Now we're going to take cocoa powder. Now, most everything in America is measured by volume and not by weight. And if you are measuring in Europe, you're probably measuring by weight in grams. Well, we don't. We measure things in volume. But I'm going to tell you right now, you want about, I'm going to say about quarter cup chocolate powders to start with. And then, okay. This is where Michelle should have actually just quickly folded that in before she ran the mixer, because she makes her own American Dust Bowl.
So it can go everywhere.
Yeah. American Dust Bowl from 1929.
Now, that's another thing, because it can go everywhere.
American Dust Bowl.
Now, how much saccharin should you use? Well, this is already sweetened because this was vanilla. I'm not going to go any more to start with, and maybe 4 sweetened little packets. I bought the packets out instead of the actual larger quantities of saccharin because it'd be easier for people to understand the term of packets. So, there's 1. 2. 3. 4. Okay? I'm going to start with 4 because it's convenient. Now, so now we're going to put the mixer back into the bowl and low again because, you know, the bubbles can go flying everywhere.
Well, the problem is a lot of people don't actually watch Michelle's videos. That's why I'm sharing it out.
Oh, he is going everywhere.
Where's the Dust Bowl? Ah. Actually came up pretty good, actually. It did. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, I didn't totally mix because it's still got a little bit on the edge here. So all I'm going to do is scoop it back into the bowl here. I wonder if you can make the stuff into whipped yogurt.
Yeah, you can watch the rest of that later on. It basically came out really good, and then we put it back in the freezer, and it's freezing, so now we'll have nice frozen yogurt icicles. Icicles. Yeah, so that's the yogurt video. So that was what we did, Michelle did this afternoon, like she promised. And it came out pretty good. It is a great video. Yep, absolutely. And it shows Michelle's creativity in the kitchen, or on the porch in this case. So it was a wonderful video. I had no problem showing it. Are you gonna be doing any more? Probably make the plain one, which I took out of the freezer, so that. Oh, okay, but you're gonna make a video of it? Maybe not. I'll just make it and then just eat it. Oh, okay. This is the same process. Talking about reusing the same content, making the yogurt multiple times and saying, here's one with nuts, here's the one with candy, here's the one with chocolate, here's the one with vanilla, here's the one with THC. Oh, God, no. Here's the one with THC gummies. Oh, God, definitely no. Yes, we do. Michelle's video is fully monetized. Also, we do accept super thanks So you can give thanks too. People don't know about that. Yeah, you can give thanks on that video, just like you can on the live streams. So you guys can still give thanks. Okay, so we come up and panel now. Hold on a minute, sketching. I'm get around here. Yay. Add one. Good morning, afternoon. How you doing? So I need to turn the sound up.
Sorry, I forget.
How you doing?
I had my wave muted. Sorry. How you doing? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm good. Let me make sure my mic is turned up. I just turned my computer on. Hang on just a sec. You might have a hard time hearing me. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So did you realize with this method you can add anything to yogurt you want? Maybe cherries, strawberries, blueberries, bananas, apples, dates.
Say banana.
Bananas? Yeah.
Carmen,
Well,
you got it.
If you want to make bananas, though, I would just not basically run the mixer. I would just stir them in. Yeah.
All right, listen. Hi, Comedy Flu. How you doing? Sexy. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that feel the need to say you disliked, that's awesome. We appreciate likes and dislikes. They work the same. It still amazes me people don't realize that on YouTube, but whatever. Michelle, I think you should absolutely show the video. This video that you did is going to get so many views because, Michelle, it's not electronics. It's things that us, the 25 of us that enjoy you, that's what we're watching. You guys, I'm putting the link in the chat. This link goes straight to that video. If you guys will watch it, at least half of it, Michelle gets paid for that.
And don't forget, too, you also can donate as a super
Yeah. Well, nobody's going to donate. Anyway, listen, though. But seriously, no, you can if you want. But I want you guys to watch it because this is actually something that appeals to all of us, Michelle. That's what you've done here. You've done a video.
Well, think about what Michelle made. It's also a hot day. You also going to want something cool, right?
Well, yeah, and watching you make stuff is really cool. This is so much better for us here.
I know.
Than the electronics and all the other stuff that we may not. Look, I understand, Braindead, don't yell at me. I understand there are people that love that content. I'm just saying this content that she did, I can tell you everyone knows that Tiger Kitty and Gemini and I talk behind the scenes, and all three of us have been doing nothing but talking about it. Gem was like, did you see when she wiped the table with her hand and then shoved her fist in her mouth? It was amazing. I mean, everybody loves it. Michelle, it's great.
Oh yeah, I'm happy about it.
Okay.
I'm happy to see anything different.
I'm not going to say Michelle's cooking habits are totally hygienic. I definitely.
That's just it, though, Michelle. Well, you knew that. You know, you're fucking blind and deaf. No offense. I don't expect your cooking habits to be the most hygienic. You're still alive, right? There's a reason you got a rock gut stomach, woman. Yep. It's because you probably do pick shit up, but that's okay. We still love you. Michelle, that right there, you showing that vulnerability that, yeah, you know what? You may not be the most tidy person in the world, but by God, you're sharing real bullshit with us. And it's funny. We can all laugh at it together. When that cloud of smoke from the cocoa poofed up everywhere, Michelle, we were all laughing. It was great. You don't realize you're a natural comedian.
That's the reason when we did it outside was because we knew it was going to get dusty.
Oh, that's smart. See, I couldn't figure out. I thought you were just doing it outside for the lighting. Okay, that's smart.
I said it for the lighting too. Yeah, both.
Yeah,
so I don't have to inhale cocoa and saccharin, and also because of lighting.
But please show us. You said you thawed one out. Please show us that. Please do a video for that one, Michelle. I'm telling you, you want to start getting your videos watched and clipped, and you want Noodles to trust me. These are the videos. You are on to something. Stick with it. Trust me, please.
This is the one time being partially blind and deaf is an advantage because people want to see how you go about doing things.
That's a great, yeah, exactly. Michelle, it's fascinating to me to watch that you have to use, if you watch something, I noticed she uses her finger. She'll put her finger to see how deep things are or, where the edge is. You can see the blind mannerisms that kick in that we don't get to see when you're just sitting in front of a microphone.
Right.
So I can't stress to you enough that videos like this, people want to see. I know your passion is electronics. I know it is. And I know there are people that love them. But if you want general appeal videos, this is it. This is the kind of video I can play on my show and we can talk about how amazing it is.
Well, the thing is Michelle was going to get a chance to kind of do a redo on it. Maybe on Tuesday because she's got the plain yogurt defrosting in the refrigerator now, so so we could do that again. I'd like to try. I'm going to show them using it with the hot cocoa mix instead. That isn't sugar free. I know, it's not sugar free.
Wait a minute, if it's sugar free, it's already got something in it to sweeten it. So you're going to use.
I'm using saccharin, so it's basically similar to that. It's just using instant hot cocoa mix instead.
Okay. I love it.
So that's something that's going to be kicking up a little bit less dust. Now, normally when you make a cocoa mix, you usually use a packet per cup. So you figure you're going to be using 4. Because those are 32-ounce containers. And theoretically, you can mix it in the container directly. The reason we chose not to was, one, we wanted people to be able to see it better. So Michelle said, let's just put it in the bowl so people can see us as we're mixing it. Because if it was just mixing it in the cup, you probably wouldn't have been able to see it as well.
Yeah, yesterday I was thinking you were meaning like one little yogurt cup and 3 packs.
Me too.
I didn't realize there's a whole jar or whatever you call it.
Yeah. When she was, I was like, oh my God, she's going to get a little cup of yogurt and dump it out. What?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You could do the same thing with smaller amounts of yogurt too. You could put it into a little plastic cup, but then you're probably not going to need a mixer for it. Too. You're not going to need a mixer for a small cup, a spoon, but then maybe about 1 packet of saccharin, and then maybe about not a whole quarter cup of baking powder. Maybe you might want to use like a tablespoon and fold it into there. And that would probably be more than fine. But Michelle never does things small.
That's true.
Same thing when she makes her homemade lemonade. I know that she'll do the same thing. She'll add in like 3 ounces of lemon juice, and then she'll put in like the equivalent of 8 or sometimes 6 saccharin, actually more like 8 saccharin packets in the lemon juice and water and call it done. And then that stuff puts hair on your chest. You get the Mystic Yogurt video. You can go back and watch it. So it's the video that we just did on my channel. Let me just feature some of it here so you can watch it.
You should probably just link it, Michelle. That way you get views on it instead of the people that are here seeing it.
I linked it.
Yeah, I commented and liked.
You also notice they put it in my Discord in the food and the food recipe section. Because it's a food video. Yeah. So it's not really cooking because you're not cooking anything. Now, there's no stove involved.
Well, it's food, though. It makes sense. I had to drive. I drove this morning for about maybe 15 minutes down the highway.
All the goddamn time.
We're going to
Say
see
what?
Going to be exciting.
I drove the Panda Express this morning. It's like 15 minutes down the highway, and they were closed still for some reason. So I had to drive another 15 minutes just for Panda Express.
Uh,
So it was like a 40-minute drive at least back to my
Know your
house.
role and shut your mouth because the people's champ is ready to talk.
That's right.
oh, wait, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Hear what?
Oh, I didn't think you could hear that. Shit, I'm playing with my soundboard, Michelle. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear any soundboard.
I thought you were doing that because of yesterday.
No. I'm just getting it ready for tonight. I'm sorry. I didn't know. You shouldn't be able to hear it. Damn it.
She
I know.
showed me movies, and I like them too.
Sorry. She showed me her boobies, and I like them too. I like boobies.
That's the one where he goes to school. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh my God. Happy. No. Is it
it
Happy Gilmore? It is Happy Gilmore. It's Happy Gilmore. Shit. No. Yes,
No,
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Goddamn. I got a little stoned because I don't go on till tonight, and I just found out that I'm going on opposite of Keemstar's fucking return. They're doing a sleepover. It's going to be amazing. He's got everyone there, and we decided to go on back to our regular time tonight. And he thought we were going on early, so he scheduled. So I'm literally opposite of Keemstar tonight. So I'm only going to go like an hour.
Like the same time, you mean?
Yes,
No.
yes, I'm fucked.
By
I
the
was
way,
so excited to bring like 1,500 on a Saturday yesterday, which normally doesn't happen without any kind of redirect. But today, going against, I'll be lucky if I get 100 people watching me today.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What's up, Michelle?
I hardly ever see 100 people watching Michelle's stream.
Well,
Hardly
that's
ever.
okay. That's okay, Michelle. Look, you know what? Let me tell you something. I'm up in front of thousands of people, and it's no different than being right here in front of all of my bestest friends.
Right. Well, that's good.
You helped me realize.
I'm glad that you're comfortable over there. Me and Michelle just don't want to see you get to the point where you're feeling like you're lost your passion. We don't.
That's why I keep coming here every day. I don't know if you've noticed, but I try to make it here, or at least in the Discord, at least once a day.
You got to
because
remember one thing, though. Me and Michelle's shows are different shows. But
exactly,
they're similar.
and that's why this is my roots. I don't ever want to lose. I don't ever want to. Look, you gave me my chops. You gave me the courage to do this, and I will never forget that, and I will eternally be grateful to you for that.
Right.
But as far as the number of people watching you, Michelle, that's just a number. It doesn't matter. The difference that you and I have is you have a community of people that give a shit about you. I have a community of people that are there to watch me make an ass out of myself, okay? So you are doing much better if you think about it, right? Because if you were pouring shit over your head, you'd probably have 100 people watching you, but you're not going to do that to yourself.
Here's
right?
what's similar, meme, is that if you're comfortable with that and that's what you want to do, that's fine. Also, don't forget, you're an extrovert because you're a Scorpio. Michelle is an introvert. She's a Virgo. Or maybe just a little bit ambivert nature. I'm an Aquarius. So you get this slight, I'm kind of extroverty, but not because Michelle and I kind of stay to ourselves because too many people think it's kind of strange. Because if you remember that episode between Tristan and Anika, that two souls, one body, that person turned out to be a fake. And
What a surprise, Nico.
I'm not surprised at all. Really not surprised at all. Some of the story makes zero sense. Just to keep it simple. The idea that Tristan could be away from the body for like 5 years and then Anika moves in. Excuse me. How is that going to work? It means that Anika would have to sign anything like checks, bills, driver's license, passports, paperwork, paychecks. That means that technically Anika is actually stealing your money.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, nobody in their right mind is going to let a walk-in just command the whole body. And second of all is, where the hell did Tristan go? Tristan for 5 years. Where did Tristan go? They never said.
Hey,
Maybe
no. Oh
So
my
that's just kind of unusual. And this one psychiatrist said, our therapist said, this just doesn't make any sense. And I agree. It doesn't. Me and Michelle talked about this. It's too sketchy. It's too sketchy. Michelle stays in her body 24 hours a day, except one time when she had to go to the Hall of Healing on the other side, because she was having very bad issues from the early years of the show. So she went to the Hall of Healing overnight. I got permission to keep an eye on the body because it was night, so no one would be knocking on my door trying for thinking that I'm Michelle and all that. So that was agreed on. But this person walks in, and next thing you know, she finds a squatter in her body. Excuse me, that don't make sense.
Hang on, I gotta mute. Hang on. I know nobody's gonna.
I think a lot of these people just have, someone else they make up to cope with stress and stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they do. This just sounds too sketchy. Yeah, it is too sketchy, and it doesn't. I think they did give away the 5-year lapse.
There's Hammer. Hammer, you're late.
Hi, Hammer. How you doing today? Welcome to the show, Hammer baby. Yeah. I mean, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Got it. The run button. Oh, crap. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Make sure to like the stream, guys.
Now, by the way, I know Brad is still modding in the background.
He's all right.
He's upset at. He's not upset at Michelle or me. He's upset about what happened last night with the soundboard. Which
I think he's all right, Michelle. He's just tired and stressed out.
Oh, he'd worked a long weekend. Absolutely, would be stressed out and tired and hot, physically hot. Yes.
Yeah, he's not mad at you.
Good morning, Krista. How are you doing today? Now, I wonder about what happened if Michelle put some of that lactate powder into that yogurt. Lactate doesn't come as a powder. They do have tablets. Right, but you're suggesting basically taking tablets, put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, and smash the hell out of them, and then pour it into the yogurt? Yeah.
So you're putting dairy in dairy, double dairy, but one of them isn't dairy?
Right, lactate is an enzyme that breaks down the lactose into simpler sugars.
I wonder if it would do anything to the other dairy.
Well, let's see. I used up the lactate milk, which just sucks because it was really good. It actually made the lactate milk taste pretty good because I actually enjoyed it in my coffee. In my cereal, it was good, but it's $6 for a half gallon of milk from CVS is just a bit much for my budget.
Wait, what? $6 for a half gallon of milk?
Yeah, that was the only one that was left in the display. I had no choice but to take it. There was no other.
Oh, that's that lactate or whatever, the special milk. That's not regular milk.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's lactate milk. It has the lactate enzyme that breaks down the lactose.
Right.
Brandon, I'm sure you can come up too. Other people come up, I'm sure. I mean, you can come up. It's the same link.
I am up, Joe. I'm here right now.
I know you right now. You're here.
There's only one of me, though.
So, also, we were looking at this afternoon 16,000 BTU roll-around air conditioners, just because Michelle was curious. And LG makes a single hose one that only uses 850 watts. And so she could theoretically use it in this room, and she could have it rolled up right up to her, and put a hose extension, stick it out the kitchen window, and then she can cool it. Yeah, but you still might want to plug it into the stove outlet anyway, so you don't blow it. You don't want to blow a fuse. You have to go into the basement. No.
What are you going to be able to get it up there? Okay.
You know what? That's a good question. How heavy is it? Jesus.
Well, I just don't know if you're going to have to get someone to help you put it in, or if you're going to be able to put it in.
Yeah, that's why we decided to wait.
Window
because
AC.
first of all,
you're not getting it?
We were going to use the money for teeth, and also we were going to save the money if we can to also eventually get ourselves a nice money put together to either go into a cottage like one in Long Eddy, if we can finally get the county to work a deal with me and Michelle to go say, oh, all right, here, we'll sell it to you for, say, $1,500 for the land, and then you can go ahead and you have to build up, renovate it, and all that. That's what Stan wanted to do originally. He thought it'd be better just to run a bulldozer on it, which might actually potentially still happen depending on the footings of the building. If the footings are rotted out, you might have to basically run a bulldozer on it. But
Are you talking about that property that we all saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tear down, honey. That's not a salvageable house.
Not really. I mean,
no,
maybe you can salvage
not.
some of the pieces of it and build it over.
No, I know it's hard for you, but as someone was in real estate, I can tell you that's a full tear down.
Oh, you don't want to mess with that. Sell it to tear down, but here's what I wanted to say. For the squatters in there, why couldn't you keep your house clean? You guys were sharing somebody's house. You were being disrespectful. You were dirty.
They're squatters. Michelle, they're squatters. That's why they're called squatters.
Well, squatters can still be clean. They don't have to be filthy.
No, Michelle, they that's the whole point. If they were not squatting, they would be called guests.
Right. But if I was a squatter, I would make sure to take my garbage out properly.
Well, you would never be a squatter, Michelle, because squatters are illegal. It's against the law to do what they're doing.
I know.
So of course, in a shelter.
They're not going to be neat and clean. They don't care. They're not normal people. They're lawbreakers.
I think they're too interested in drugs, actually. You know, that drugs are definitely part of it. I mean, look what they did with the wiring, and they stripped it all out of there.
Yeah, to sell it.
Well, they did that to sell it, yeah.
Yeah, to sell it so they can make more money for drugs, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they just need to stay out of the rain and stuff. They don't care about.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, they're pissing where they're sleeping, Michelle.
Yeah, like probably literally, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once you get to that point where you're willing to live in a person's house that doesn't belong to you, you've hit below rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's true. But even so, I would still be respectful of that person's house. Even if I was rock bottom, I would.
You don't know that, though. You don't know that. You've never been rock bottom, so you can't say that with certainty, Michelle.
Yeah,
I don't think it's fair to pass judgment on those people because we've never been, thank God, in that position.
True.
And as a Christian woman, I don't want to pass judgment on them, but I don't think it's right. It's against the law, so it's bad. But look, I don't think they could very possibly have drug addictions or mental illness, obviously. Normal people don't just go break into someone's house and live there.
Yeah.
And you got all that going on, and you could be kicked out at any moment. You don't really worry about if the cabinets are clean.
Yeah, exactly. You're living minute to minute praying to God someone doesn't pull up. I mean, what a horrible way to live.
The only other problem I see with that place is it's right on the floodplain, which is what I told Stan. It's on the floodplain. You could see that. He already said when he was there that they were having bad drainage just getting around the back because mud was there, which means that septic system is probably not adequate for that house. It's never going to pass the perk test.
You could build a trench for the water to go into, and then your cows that you're going to raise could drink into it.
And the goats can cut the grass. Michelle's going to have like a whole farm.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're living off the land now. And you can have goat milk.
Stan showed me was a huge farmhouse.
They are
And I
thieves.
said
I
to
agree.
Stan,
I'm just
I
saying, I
said,
don't know if they're
Stan,
mentally unstable
this is
or where their
really
mind's
too
at to
big
get
for
to that
one
point.
one body. You need maybe for a couple of bodies to go in together with, like friends, maybe. But
Michelle, at our age, it's very hard to find people that want to live with other people, I would think, right?
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know about you, but I personally don't want anyone to live with me. I couldn't imagine
I
having
know
a
that.
roommate.
I get that. I
Unless
get
it's
that.
my partner, I need
No,
space. I need my own space.
My only point with that is, Michelle, again, it goes to what we tell you all the time, to reach out to different communities, different things online, friend places, and maybe you could find a like-minded friend that would be interested in that.
Right.
Yeah, those videos about the YouTube aren't going to get you any friends, Michelle.
The point is that the money Michelle's making now, she could put that aside as she is, not just for the teeth, but for that. At least then she would have less of an excuse to say, I don't have the money to move. Because she would have the money to move.
That is true, but I'm worried that you're taking this month or last month is every month, you know?
Yeah.
You might be having a good
Again, I want to say in all the years of Michelle streaming, yesterday was her best day ever. So
that was wild. That was crazy.
Let's just remember that Brian PC is a very generous man.
Absolutely.
A very
He's an
generous
awesome
man.
He's wonderful.
However,
and I don't disagree with that.
That is not
Brandon's
a normal
donated
monthly
too.
occurrence.
Bradley has donated. So 3 of them have been donating.
Yeah, but Brian really...
I was talking about the hundos that were coming out, because all of us can't afford to be throwing hundos at you.
No, I understand that. Absolutely.
Thank you doesn't even cut it, honestly. Like, I don't even... I keep saying thank you. I feel like
I mean, I'm not trying to discount Brad or anyone else that donated, but let's be honest.
Brad donated what he realistically could, as did Brain Dad.
Right, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, you cannot expect those numbers every month, because Brian PC can't afford to do those numbers, neither can everyone else.
We also need to remember that Brian PC, well, he did donate a little bit last month. We still made about $440 last month in cash.
Yeah,
so
Rambo.
That money, again, when we get paid on the 22nd of July, is going to sit in this checking account.
She keeps talking about this after we've talked about not talking about how much money she's making, because the molasses Murphys of the world out there are just waiting to nail her to the cross with her taxes.
Yeah.
Michelle, I don't know how else to tell you this. You've got to quit talking about how much money you make. Okay, you're just hurting yourself.
I want to make sure that people know that we really do appreciate it. Because remember, you used to say people used to get mad because Michelle would never say, "Hey, thank you for the donations, thank you for the help." Well, I want to make sure they know that I do appreciate the help.
Yeah, there's no problem with that, Michelle. It's talking about how much money you make per month and stuff, like actual numbers.
You gotta stop with the numbers. Notice I said yesterday was your best day. I didn't say by how much. I didn't say how. I just said yesterday was your best day. Yesterday you made more money than you did almost the whole month of last month. But I didn't put dollar figures on there. That's the thing that Tiger and I and Jim and everyone has told you about. You gotta quit talking about how much money you make. It's nobody's business. You will never hear me, Michelle. You will never hear. Well, not only do I have an NDA, but you'll never hear me talk about how much money I make, ever. I wouldn't do it anyway, because it's, number one, nobody needs to hear it. Number two, nobody wants to hear it.
Right. No, Rambo, the teeth is still on the teeth is still on the table. I don't know why you think the teeth are off the table. They still are on the table.
You got to get them in your mouth, Michelle, not on the table.
She'd have to answer to Tiger Kitty if she spent that money, guys, and she doesn't want to answer to Tiger Kitty.
I don't want to answer to Tiger Kitty.
I don't want to answer to Tiger Kitty.
I like it when she yells at other people, though.
Yeah, I will give him super mod status today when I get a chance to get on my channel. Look at that real quick between the shows. And then...
What about what are you doing?
I want to give Brian PC super mod status because he went above and beyond.
Michelle, he doesn't want that. Don't do that. He doesn't want that. Just because he did something, you got to learn to just say thank you and move on. You don't give him super mod. He doesn't want that.
Okay.
Nobody wants that. That is a huge responsibility, Michelle. That's like
Yeah,
giving
them
someone responsibility without asking them. Please don't do that to him. I promise you, I know Brian very well, and Brian is going to tell you he can't be here very often.
I
Number
know
one.
he can't. And
Number two, he doesn't want Supermod. Please talk to Tiger Kitty about this.
Yeah, then if something goes wrong, he's on the suspect list. And all
Yeah,
this.
and he doesn't want that. Can we?
He didn't even want a
No,
video.
I'm watching.
Well, okay, I won't bother with the Supermod, but at least to let him know that he would certainly should
Michelle,
be given the.
he knows. But that is not, let me tell you right now, giving someone Supermod is like saying, here, you get to work for what you've done for me. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Because nobody else knows he's Supermod. It's not like he has a thing that says Supermod. You don't know Tiger Kitty's a Supermod when she types in the chat, right? So all you're doing is giving him responsibilities. He does not want them. I promise you, he does not want them. He gives to you because he wants to. It makes him and his wife happy.
What do you think about Rambo's little comment here? Just to get back to that, I think that he's kind of forgetting that Michelle had said teeth first and she meant it. So I don't know why you think that Michelle is dismissing her teeth.
I didn't say you were. I never thought you were. I know that Tiger Kitty's not going to let you. I'm not worried about it.
About Rambo's comment. But, I mean, to be fair, Michelle, he's not wrong. It doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get your teeth, but...
Oh, we're going to see shit. She's already bought 2 dresses. She hasn't bought underwear. I mean, Rambo's right. He knows. We all know. Come on.
At
How's
least
that
you
braille
can
machine
wear
doing,
the clothes,
Michelle?
though. Clothes are not as...
Well, at least we got clothes coming. That's better than nothing.
No underwear, but at least we got clothes.
The stuff people can see is being bought.
Yeah, but what
Plus
she doesn't
also,
understand
don't
is
forget
the
Sherry
stuff
Jackson's
underneath that
also
people can't
bought
see
Michelle-
makes everything else look better.
She also bought Michelle underwear and a bra too. So the
Okay, all right, good. You didn't tell me that. Thank you.
Maybe that old underwear is where the mold's coming from.
Wait, there's mold?
She supposedly put them in the post
She
yesterday.
said she has
the black mold.
growing on her. No, on her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yesterday she said that there's mold growing on.
We're talking about the fungus I get underneath my flabby belly. Yeah.
Wait, Michelle, that could be... Hang on. I need to know what you're talking about. When you say... I understand what you're saying. Remember, my mom was... What do you mean? Can you privately take a picture of it and send it to me privately? What you're talking about, Michelle?
Not really. It's nothing really to see. It's just something we wash off, clean off,
Brad, just
and
take a
then
break.
spray vinegar
Michelle,
on
listen
it.
to me.
It's a little break.
And yes, I did
scares
talk to
me.
my doctor about it.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's all I was going to ask. Okay, so you have
She
your doctor's
said
aware
that
of it.
since she said we do
we
have a cream for
acknowledge
that.
Brad
We
real
do have a
quick?
I
cream
am going to
available
in
for
just a
that if you
second.
want it. Or you can just use what you're already using, which does help which is the white vinegar to help break it down along with the bath, which you take to prevent the...
Michelle, what about putting a towel under that flap when you're sitting for long periods of time to help absorb sweat and stuff?
Right, that would help too.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, just think about that. Getting a towel in there to help absorb some of the sweat. I love that one. I love the fan art. The fan art just makes me so happy. Sorry. Listen, now, real quick, I want to talk. I wasn't here last night for the whole thing, but I want to read Brad's message. I've been dealing with a lot, and I've been very edgy lately, and I think my going away for a long time because I don't want to put anything on. Okay, anyway, listen, I get pissed off at people. I've told Tiger Kitty to go fuck herself. You know, I get pissed off. Listen, Brad, I'm not sure what happened last night, but you're not going anywhere. I need my friends more than anything right now. Michelle absolutely needs her friends. So what? You got pissed off. Oh, fucking well, Brad. You worked the equivalent of 1 month worth of work in, 13, 12 days? Dude, get over yourself. You're allowed to fucking lose it. You're allowed to get pissed off. We love you. You're not going anywhere, Brad. Is that okay, Brain?
Oh, yeah.
Want to add to that? Because fuck him.
Pretty
Trying to pull
much
that
nailed
shit.
it.
All right, motherfucker.
Nobody's mad at you,
Brad,
Brad.
get your ass up here, motherfucker. What the fuck is that? Get your ass up here, Brad. I'll be right back. I got to smoke a joint. That pissed me off.
Okay, let me give you co-host status so you can let him on. I forget. Yeah, co-host status, co-monitor, annotator. So, oh yeah. I mean, as far as the other things we're doing, we're trying to keep an eye on things. Yeah, we do that every day. But I mean, like, one of the things is that some people think Michelle is not going to use the money for what she said she wanted to, which is teeth first, is absolutely bogus.
Yep, you just got to stick with that thought.
That is what we're doing. I'm not gonna lie, the air conditioner would have been nice, but it's not gonna be something we're gonna be run around and go in the basement and keep replacing fuses because you keep overloading the fuse board. No.
Do you have a flea market near you, Michelle?
No.
Okay,
Not at least not one I can walk to.
I went to one the other day and they had like 8 of those, window air conditioners in it.
You know, it looks like the case of the Amazon one, LG, they would bring it by their truck. But the problem is I don't know if they would bring it up the 3 flights of stairs or if I'd be stuck having to get someone to bring them upstairs.
Yeah. I'm sure somebody would bring it up for you at your building.
Yeah, I know. I know Ray would probably help me bring it upstairs. Chris's husband.
Yeah.
I would still have to make a dog bone adapter to plug it into the stove outlet, though.
You don't have a regular outlet?
We have a regular outlet, but only have 120 amp fuse for the whole apartment.
Oh, Jesus.
So why do you think we have to be so conservative with power? You only get
crazy.
2,200 watts power, so it's very easy to overload if you're not careful. My air conditioner is 850 watts. Yeah, 850 watts, but don't forget you're going to realize that when the compressor starts up, it's going to draw 4 times the current rating. So you're talking about 3,600 watts just to turn the compressor on.
Wow.
And this old wiring may not handle that. Inrush current. No.
Yeah, 800 is like a third of it. You talking about once you run it, it's more, or just like when you turn it on for a second?
Well, when I turn my other air conditioner on, which controls 650 watts, you see the lights flicker. But that's the 5,000 BTU one, which is surprising considering the fact is they're saying 16,000 BTU only draws 850 watts. That's pretty good, actually. I still think it'd be better to plug it into the stove outlet, though, because I think that would be less likely to be overwhelmed, because that's rated for 50 amps. So that means that you can, set up a small breaker fuse board on it, and then you could have like 2 20 amp loads for each outlet, each leg. So then you could have a 20 amp air conditioner in the living room and a 20 amp in the kitchen, and you would have a nice amount of cooling, but the electric bill would be crazy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about that stuff, but isn't the oven or whatever also part of the power in your apartment?
My oven is electric stove, so yeah. But normally, do you really cook in a hot summer day in the oven?
Well,
No.
I'm saying, like, so if you plug it into the oven, isn't it basically the same as plugging it into the wall?
Yeah, but you'll have access to 50 amps per leg.
Okay, see, that's where you lose me. I don't know about that stuff.
Remember, in the United States, most ovens are 12240, which means that for the oven element, which is 5,000 watts, that is usually close to about a 30 amp load, plus each of the heating elements in the top are usually 120 volts. So the heating elements on the top of the stove. Although some are actually 207 or 240 volt burners. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means that Michelle could run like she said, she unplugs the stove, plugs in her breakout box, which consists of a 40 amp circuit breaker or fuse, which then divides it out to two 20 amp fuses per, then she could have, like if she wanted to have like two 20 amp fuses on the stove at the same time. So she could cook on her toaster oven, she could plug that into her outlet too. You could do that, but you could also just leave it plugged in the wall. Yeah, like you normally do. Well, the thing is that that's not a high priority right now. We got to get the teeth done first. That's still the high priority.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not having teeth is not great.
Yeah. I mean, they fake teeth are holding up, but they're, might as well get the real deal, right? Yeah, get the real deal. You'll still be wearing your fakies after a while because, I mean, when they still take out the loose tooth and the two loose teeth in the front, you're just gonna have to make a new fakie, or they can make one for you. And depending what the doctor's gonna do, he's actually not gonna be doing the deep cleaning until next year. That's the part that sucks. So we found a dentist in my insurance plan, but they're all in Farmington. That's over 24 miles away from where I live. And the Uber for that is like $40 one way to Farmington. And I asked also the dial ride would they be able to go to Farmington. And they said, well, that'll be very limited availability. So we can't guarantee you a ride to Farmington.
Yeah.
So for right now, let's go through what we got going on this month. This month, you got your hair salon appointment on Thursday. I think you are going to be having your blood work coming up in but 2 months' time. Yeah, because they said that the levothyroxine was a little bit underdosed. And so they want Michelle to take like one extra tablet on Sunday night. Michelle did. She took her 2 tablets this morning. And then, so the idea is to get her levothyroxine up. But because what happened was she got an alert from Anthem saying that the generic levothyroxine was underdosed, as from the Food and Drug Administration. They didn't say how much below the normal dosage it was. So obviously that's probably why they wanted Michelle to take the additional dose.
Probably.
Yeah. As far as the specialist for the biopsy on the jaw under teeth number 17 and 22, I got a feeling that they're going to probably have to pull 17 because it's already kind of breaking up already. So 17 is going to have to go. 22 is still one piece. So I don't know if they have to pull 22, but not unless they can find a way to put the equivalent of dental cement around it to hold it steady.
Yeah. Since I've been an adult, if I have a bad tooth, I just tell them to pull it, because otherwise they're gonna want to fix it, and then down the road they're gonna have to fix it again. I just always say pull it out.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they could probably fix the one in the rear of Michelle's mouth, but that one's the one that also had the highest depth, I think, of 11 millimeters. So that's probably going to be like Do we going to fix it, or are we going to just go ahead and just get rid of it?
Yeah.
Well, I know if it was a post, in that case, you probably could reinforce the post as long as the post is not rotten out
Yeah.
by putting new concrete around the post. But if the post is rotten, well, there ain't no way you can save a tooth or a post. The wood is already rotten through, right? You're just nothing to save.
Yep.
So that's the reason why, like he said, with the ticking time bomb tooth, when it's breaking up, that's the one that's got to go. It's already broken. It was kind of broken in the early X-rays when we first saw it in 2017. It was already broken up. And the problem is that I set up a GoFundMe and nobody donated to it. So I don't think it's worth putting a GoFundMe because I got a feeling that no one will donate to it again.
Well, they definitely won't if you don't make it.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do, but right now, at least, the show, as long as she can keep her credit cards in good standing, she should be able to work with the specialist on March to get the money saved up in the credit card or in the bank to go ahead and do each procedure every 2 weeks. To clean the first set quadrant, and then the next quadrant, and then the next quadrant after that. It's like $400 each quadrant. So,
Love you, Rambo. Have a good one. Sorry, I was smoking.
yeah. Okay, I understand you need to get things done, man, but I get that.
54 dead. And then you saw the other 67? No, it just keeps going up every fucking day. Michelle, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
All
the
right.
new death toll is 67 now, dead from these
New
floods.
death toll
and
is
it's just-
67 in Texas. Is it raining where you are? That's what I meant to ask you.
No, not at all. Not at all. We haven't had any. No. This is, it's called the Hill Country of Texas, and the Guadalupe flows into the San Bernardino River, I think, I think it's San Bernardino. Anyway, we're safe from it. It's just, it's a shame because something that myself, and then I was able to have my son go to these summer camps. I went there, and the whole landscape is going to be changed forever. And, they've been there
Now, are
100
those
years.
summer
It's
camps,
just-
there's two Christian camps? You say there's summer camps, meaning two
Yes,
or more.
Yes.
So I can assume there's a
Yes.
boy and a girl camp.
that's correct. Camp Mystic, which is the camp that was affected, is an all-girls camp. Not
Okay.
only, just so you guys know, not only are these regular camps, but in order to go to these camps, these kids are put on the wait list when they're born. And then as long as you have a legacy and the money, you can get in. It's about 10 grand for a month at this summer camp if you get in. My son was put on the list when I was still pregnant to get in.
Wow.
No kidding. Yeah.
You
It is-
say it's
they're very exclusive.
$10,000
So
to go there.
my point in saying this is, like, the Bush daughters went to the camp. All the really well-to-do people. These Texas camps are known all over the United States, right? And there are, senators' daughters, people from other countries, diplomat daughters. So my whole point in saying this is,
I'm going to assume the same.
bless these
it's
young
true
girls'
for the
hearts,
sons too. For
but
the boys.
amount of money that these parents have is going to drown these assholes for not taking
What
care
kind
of
of
these girls
activities do
better.
they do with these summer camps? I'm going to assume that they're not just doing just the basics.
Yeah. Well, my son went to Camp Stewart. I went to Camp Waldemar, and they both evacuated safely. They had no issues whatsoever. Unfortunately, Mystic, who was our rival girls camp, that's where all these girls went missing. And it's just, look, we can point and blame anyone we want, but right now the time is to, for the love of God, at least find these young girls in whatever state they're in, to give these parents peace of mind, because they need to know. I guess the reason it's affecting me so much is my kid went to this school and they had a flood once. Wasn't as bad, wasn't anything like this, don't get me wrong, but I can put myself in those parents' shoes because I've had my kid at these camps and you trust them. And, my son started going to these camps when he was 7 years old. That's hard to leave your child for a month in someone else's care. So the reason I say it's affecting me so much, go ahead, I'm stoned.
Because you have empathy for the parents who are wondering where the kids are.
Exactly. Yes, Michelle, yes. And, yes, I did know look, she was an older woman. It's horrible that it happened, but I did know who she was when I was in camp. But it's just, it's the empathy thank you. You just I couldn't figure out why this was really affecting me. Like, I haven't been able to sleep. I've been having nightmares. It's consuming my thoughts. It's all I think about. It's because...
Right, I get it.
It's the worst flood in the Guadalupe's history. I knew it was second. Now they've moved it to the worst. As of last night, it is officially the worst flood in the Guadalupe history, which is, well over 100 years. And it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because, we knew it was coming, but maybe someone didn't take it seriously. We didn't have siren. Just so many what ifs. So, look, right now, all I care about is we find all these children that are missing.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was a matter necessarily no one took it seriously.
Yeah, you did have friends that went to Mystic. Yeah, my son and I we're really just, it's tough when you are so close to it. Normally when you see these disasters happen in the world, you're far enough removed from it that you're like, oh, I'm going to say a prayer for them. I'm going to think about them. That's horrible. But when you're this close to something, it absorbs you, and it touches home with how Mother Nature gives a flying fuck who you are, how much money you are, anything. It happens, and we've got to get better prepared for stuff like this.
So at the same time, while this is going on, you got a tragedy going on in Los Angeles again.
Yeah. And by the way, for all you lovely fucking heroes out there that go fucking Trump, thank you for not having FEMA, because that's making this so much better. Glad we shut down FEMA. Fucking idiots. How's that working for you, Republicans? You loving that? You real fucking proud of your president for that? Wonder how many wouldn't have died if we would have had FEMA.
But the one question with FEMA is, unfortunately, were they really always working right?
I don't know if they were always working right, but what I know is they would have had boots on the ground immediately to help find these young girls.
Oh, I agree. We should be definitely getting the National Guard out there. It would have been perfect.
One life.
You're right. But if they would have saved one life, it would have been worth it. I mean, the idea that when we have these natural disasters, now we don't have FEMA. We don't have anything. It's up to the locals. These locals aren't used to dealing with it. They had their heads so far up their ass, they didn't know what to do. FEMA was made for that. Sure.
I get
it. We've got Homeland Security helping us out. That's great.
Well, what about the national? What about in the case of like Texas? What about the Texas National Guard? What about the California?
The Texas National Guards have had their boots on the ground, but again, you can only do so much without the government. The government's got a lot of fucking money. They got a lot of fucking resources. They've got the copters. They've got the drones. They've got the people that can get out there in the boats. We just, those drones is what we needed so desperately, and we didn't have. And it just, look, I'm going to get real mad.
Hello,
and look, I'm not blaming
PC.
anyone.
Welcome
look,
to the show.
Trump is fine. It's just getting rid of FEMA. I had forgotten about that, honestly.
Shutting down.
Yeah,
Consequence.
exactly. This is a consequence of an agency shutting down, in my opinion. And we're going to see that we're seeing the trickle down effect. Look, I get it. Country or states should be able to help with this. But the problem is when a natural disaster that has already killed almost 70 people and left God only knows how many at this point missing, we should, as the United States of America, have a FEMA that comes in to help, that rolls out the red carpet, that's got the food carts ready to feed the people that are out there looking for people, that's got tents for people to take a rest, that's got first aid set up to help people that get hurt when they're looking. Just the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm stoned. I'm going to get off my high horse.
Well, I think you do have a valid concern. I'm not going to say you don't, because I agree. You do have a valid concern. Pray for your National Guard. Pray for your local Texas Rangers.
100%, Michelle.
Those people are doing the best they can. Pray for the Red Cross. Pray for the volunteers. They're going out there trying to save people. Even people that may not even be trained to do it, they still want to help you.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
faithful.
it's just tough because, look, FEMA wasn't. I understand they showed all the shit that FEMA had done wrong, and let's be honest. There are lots of agencies that have done wrong, but as a government, right? One life, like my son says, one life would have been worth it. One young lady that never had a chance in life would have been worth it, and it's just hard because FEMA wasn't FEMA the one that stopped people during the last disaster.
Yeah, it was FEMA that stopped people from helping out in North Carolina. They were in Asheville.
Yeah.
Instead of saying to the volunteers that came in, yeah, we can use your help. They basically gave everybody a finger to the eye and said, nope, we don't want your help. And the sad truth is FEMA right now, we couldn't afford to pay for all the disasters we're having.
No problem at all, I promise.
They're a money pit. They're just because of the amount of way the policy was administrative problems. Was why the money. See, that's what Trump was worried about.
I love you, Brian.
So what if we could have fixed it better somehow?
Well, hopefully, look, it's easy for me to blame Trump. It wasn't just Trump, all right? Look, but hopefully Trump will see this and realize as a country, we've got to have some kind of first responders. We've got to have some kind of governmental agency that is ready to roll boots on the ground and organize all these people. The problem is Texas Rangers are great. The Texas, whatever is great, but they all come together. It's a clusterfuck. They don't know what they're doing. You have someone like FEMA, they're going to be able to point them out. They're going to be able to direct it. Yeah, someone in charge. And fortunately in Texas, they're just bowing back and forth of who's in charge. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm sure your governor is clearly working hard to get this.
Our governor, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't.
Oh,
no,
really?
don't.
He's not giving He's not giving a damn.
No, he is. He's here. He's there. He's there. He gives a damn. I'm just not a big fan of him, but he's there. Look, we're taking it seriously down here. It's just the fact that I feel like we are missing something.
Which is kind of the point of being in a country.
Right. That's the whole idea of being in a country like us, right? The whole idea behind being in the United States is you're safe, your government. My whole life I've never worried because I know there's FEMA. I live in a hurricane-ridden part of the world, right? And we get slapped with some bad hurricanes on the daily down here in the summer. And FEMA has done amazing things to make sure that when it happens, they've got a system. And until local governments can do that perfectly, which is never going to happen,
never say never again, because
you're right.
If it's a state issue, I'm sure the states can come up with their own problem. But what if it's multiple states, though? That's when it gets kind of hairy.
Right, exactly, Michelle. Yeah, see, you get... Brian, listen, I want to let you know...
Like what happened with Katrina. That mainly affected Louisiana, but it also affected Mississippi and Alabama, and it did affect Texas, at least.
Oh, it affected Texas. Oh, yeah. It affected Texas because guess who got all of Katrina's
people that were refugees? You.
That was rough. That was a rough time in Houston. Holy shit. But look, I just all I can say is a broken system is what keeps political types in a job where they're constantly trying to fix it, but it's broken system. Yep. That's a real failure. Exactly. That's very well said, Brian. I couldn't have said it better myself. And it's just, you're right. It's just the way what is it? The dog wagging the tail, whatever. I know it's a cycle. It's just, again, I'm just so close to this one. This one hits home for me. I pray to God that none of you ever experience what I'm feeling with a natural disaster. You always hear about these people that lose their house, that this and that. Of course, mine is nothing that tragic, but just being so closely removed from this situation. I had a bad scare
with Irene and Sandy here.
Sandy.
The ceiling caved in on my bedroom. You didn't know that. That's why my bedroom ceiling was rebuilt, because the ceiling caved in.
Were you in there?
And I was in my bedroom sleeping at the time.
Oh, my.
All the plaster came down. Right at the foot of my bed. Water was coming out of the ceiling fixtures.
Oh, my God.
So we were able to get the roofer to make a roof repair, but then we also had to put a whole new bedroom ceiling in. That was also when the ceiling in the bedroom was finally insulated, and it has completely made out of 1/4-inch plywood now. Yeah, so it's very durable ceiling now, and
Absolutely.
it's just a mess.
And look, I agree with that, Grizz. I don't disagree with the idea of that. I really, truly don't. The problem is, until they go through it, they're not going to be ready to deal with
Well,
it. And
that's
by
what
then,
they
it's
did
too
with
fucking
Doge.
late.
They went through it. They saw the problems. They saw the mess. That they realized a lot of the money was not being dispersed where it was supposed to be dispersed to.
And I get that. You know, it's corrupt systems everywhere, and I'm just bitching. But it's just a shame. And, you know, there are a lot of kids involved, which is going to tug
Absolutely.
at everyone's heartstrings.
And that's the
because,
part
you know,
that's heartbreaking, is the fact that there are kids involved. And, you know, families are upset for reasons we understand. You certainly do as a mother. Imagine if your son was in that camp. And
oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my
at
God.
the same time, you know, you would be having major pain.
Yeah,
And I think you
the
probably
pain,
would
I
have
keep
said
telling,
to locales, I'm sorry, I can't do my show right now because I don't know where my son is.
yeah. No, I just can't fathom what those poor people are going for. And all I can do is just say my prayers and, you know, just put my faith that, you know, our government's going to do the best they can, and they're doing the best they can. God knows we've got a shit ton of volunteers out there. Holy shit.
Oh, give thanks to all those men and women that are taking the time and risking their lives to save people. That's what you should be doing.
Yes. Michelle, can you hear this?
And she showed me the movies, and I like them too.
I heard it. Yep.
Okay. What about this?
I'm gonna come.
Absolutely. It's fine. Came out perfect.
Okay. What did he say? Was that Trump?
He said, I'm gonna come.
Sorry, I had to loosen the mood because it was way too serious. You know, Brian, constructive criticism. I tell everyone that is the one thing. I don't know. Maybe you have to be an adult to figure out how to take that, but I love constructive criticism.
Let me ask you a real quick question before you go, because it's almost going to be getting us to wrap up soon. But what do you think? What's your quick knee-jerk reaction to the BBB, the Big Beautiful Bill?
What was it before it was called the Big Beautiful Bill? Wasn't it like Project 2025?
Trump came up with a name. I don't know what it was
called. Call me a liar,
called.
motherfuckers. Call me a liar. Where are you, Noodles? That's what I think about the Big Beautiful Bill. I think it looks a lot like Project 2025 coming into fruition.
Could be.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan.
I
haven't looked.
I think it's basically a big omnibus of things that could be considered good and bad at the same time.
Exactly. I think they tried to put, you know, there's good stuff in there, but they sure did shove in a lot of bad stuff in between if you're not looking at it.
Yeah. Like the
I'm
cutting,
not trolling, goddammit.
Cutting back on the Medicaid and the food stamps and the food stamp regulations. I kind of wonder if that's really going to help.
Pick that dog.
Sorry. Oh, of course you can hear it because I'm on your. Oh, that's why you can't hear it on Discord. You can hear. Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, we're not on
I'm craving
Discord.
lasagna. After Dee was saying she was making that lasagna again, I remembered her making that lasagna for you. Did you ever take it out of the freezer and eat that lasagna from Dee?
Oh yeah, I ate the stuff off from D way some time ago.
Oh, I didn't know if you froze any of it.
I ate it all. But I do got Silver's
very
lasagna
true,
that's
Brian.
still in the freezer that I haven't used yet.
Oh,
Yay.
okay. She said she was going to make it, and I keep telling myself I need to stop being lazy and make my lasagna because I want to show her
That was very
mine.
good lasagna, by the way. Yes, it was.
It looked good. It looked very fucking good. Oh, 2078, whatever. Never mind. That's the death toll. The death toll's now at 78. See, here's the problem. The rivers have all receded. So this death toll is going to reach over 100, I'm afraid to say. Oh, Christ. Um, wow. Yeah, it's anyway, it's Mother Nature. And bottom line, we can point fingers and scream and yell all we want, but tragedies like this have happened. I live right by Galveston, which, the storm of, what was it, 1900 that destroyed it? The worst storm in U.S. history, I do believe, still holds the record for it. And, it happens. It's a tragedy. It's horrible. And you want to point the fingers and you want to get better. But I can't help but pointing the finger.
Well, I
at
know
not
in
having
Connecticut,
some kind
a lot of
FEMA.
people talked about the hurricane in 1938 and 1955. So,
1955 was really bad, if I remember my history correctly, in
yes, it
Connecticut.
was. Winston was.
I mean, I'm sure the other one was too, but the 55 one destroyed the whole boardwalk in Atlantic City, I do believe.
Yeah, you want to know what it did to Winston? It forever changed the city design.
Oh, really?
Man, you see the highway in Winston used to have two traffic or buildings on both sides at one time. What they did was they bulldozed those down because they were actually mounted over the river. They were bulldozed down, and when the road was made wider.
Oh.
And for backfill, I heard my dad said they had cars from the car dealership buried in the ground as backfill to make up for the land erosion.
Yeah. Wow.
Car dealership guy obviously wasn't happy that he lost his dealership to the flood, but then the cars that were unsaleable became backfill for the widening of the highway. But they did build the dams, the coffer dams for the Mad River Dam and then the Colebrook Dam. Yeah, they did build that. But there's always questions about how good condition the dams are, because if they're wondering if the dams are structurally still sound. So could they break the dam, and then all of a sudden got a big surge of water that basically washes the entire city down the
Oh, Jesus,
Mad River.
Let's not think about that. Hopefully there are things in place.
This
to
building
prevent
was
that from
partially
happening.
underwater. The whole basement was flooded. And so the building kind of got racked because of the flood. That's why if you look at the building, it's kind of messed up. It was because of the cellar had lost some of its integrity. But it was not enough to condemn it. But it's still messed up because it's a dirt cellar. So you can visualize how the footing sunk into the mud.
Hang on. Okay, I'm getting a package today, and it's supposed to be here. My headphones. I ruined my headphones. Yes, you guys have wild weather.
Oh,
As
yeah.
when I visited
Headphones. My
there's a
headphone
tropical
cord's
storm
coming on
rolling
Tuesday.
in. It was crazy rain and wind. Never seen a twister, but I can see how that may be. Yeah, exactly. Brian, you're not in America. Are you in America? Where's Brian PC, Michelle? What part of the world?
Yeah. I see him. How you doing, Brian? He's part of he's Scotland.
You're in Scotland. Ah, I love that. That's amazing. Oh, wow. Yeah, you guys, if I ever moved, I always said, my son and I were talking, where would we move? And I think he had said Scotland, Ireland, around there, because not only is it absolutely gorgeous and, I've seen this disaster.
Both my messes are
it's
pretty.
Crazy. That's crazy. Scotland's I did not know you weren't in the U.S. Wow. Love that. That makes you so much more awesome. Listen, you and your wife are amazing people. The outpouring of support you showed Michelle yesterday has got her on cloud nine. She did offer to make you a super mod, which, Brian, all it does is give you more. It's really stupid. I know you can't be here all the time. I knew you wouldn't want it now. You're very cool now. You were cool before.
Basically, super mod actually has ability to block regular mods.
Exactly. You don't. I didn't think you needed that. I told her, look, don't make the man work. He's here to support you and enjoy you. Don't just leave it alone. Tiger Kitty's the only one that has that, and she has that in case something happens, just to help Michelle delete something.
Anyway, let me share this with Brian PC. There you go. Thank you very much. That was because I wanted to make sure at least got.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what's this one? Hang on. I think this is for you, Michelle. Yeah, I need to take that off. Okay. No wolf whistles. Oh, this might be a good one.
Fuck me.
Okay, perfect. Sorry. I try to change my soundboard for every show to have, fun new shows or fun new sounds.
I wish I could visit Scotland, but I don't have a passport yet.
Why don't you have a passport? You just never felt the need to spend the money or didn't want to go through it?
Well, they're kind of both, actually. Let's start with the basics. Number one, if I spend the money, $75, and then the home office in the United States says, sorry, guess what? You're not eligible. Go elsewhere. Do they give me back my $75?
Yes, they do.
And I still would have to go get a picture taken.
There's no reason you wouldn't be eligible, and you could get your picture done at CVS. They do them.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, look, I agree. Unless you maybe had the savings set up already or close to it to go to a different country, I can understand not getting a passport. I agree with Bradley very much. Michelle, passports are cheap and easy. They really are. They've gotten much easier, surprisingly enough, after 9/11. But
yeah, I know,
it's something good to have, and they last, 10 years, I think? 10 or 11 years?
I think eventually the real ID is going to become part of the passport system, I think eventually.
Well, as it is right now, Michelle, you can't fly without real ID.
No, I know. You can go to the airport with the real ID in the United States and travel with the real ID.
The only way to get on a plane anymore is you have to have real ID. You can't
I have
get on
real
a plane
ID.
with a
Yeah,
regular.
I have real ID.
Okay, good. Yeah, you guys, I don't know if y'all know, but you cannot fly with your old driver's license. You have to have real ID. So make sure you make the appointment, get it over with. It's super easy. Just take your social, your birth certificate, and your license, and it's quick and easy.
That's what I did. Yep. That's when I first started in Connecticut. I did it.
Wait, Brian. It's expensive here. Yeah, now see, where I live was the highest power price. Ooh. Yeah, see, expensive is hard, and I've heard that. Where did Rosie O'Donnell move? She moved to Ireland, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Rosie.
Yeah, she moved to Ireland, yeah.
She must have taken our boy with her.
Maybe. Who knows? Ryan, I thought I'd say him here some time ago.
One more way to rob us. Yeah. No kidding. So, what do you have planned for Silver Moon tonight? What do we have in store?
More records we didn't get through yet.
Anything exciting, different? Oh, here, you're holding them up. Let me see.
There's some of them. There's Tony Orlando Don. There's 10cc. There's this one.
Oh, hang on. Go in a minute.
This one. This one. This one.
Oh my God, you've got a whole. Okay, you're gonna drop them all. Surprise us tonight. So she's got a whole armful of records we still have that we haven't gotten through. Jesus, wow.
Yeah, and I would have played them outside, but because I sing, I didn't give him I should have kids. I don't want the men of blue showing up in my party, so I don't want to get a breach of peace for singing outside on the porch while playing records. Even if I'm wearing headphones and singing in the microphone, people might get upset. So, but I would love to have done it. Yeah, well.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
Why? Uh-oh.
Well, anyway, Gitchy, I do hope that things will
must...
work out for the people in Texas, and I really do.
Yeah.
And we're going to figure out what we're going to cook tonight. I'm thinking of just making one of those little tiny pizzas. The little tiny ones. I mean, those are pretty good. They're small. They don't take a lot of toaster oven room. Just shove it in there. Yeah.
You can do that and some cheese. Don't you have cheese now?
Yeah, but I also got those little pizzas I originally bought, which are sitting in my freezer. The little DiGiorno 7-inchers. Just cook one
Will
of
one
those.
fill you up for dinner? Don't you only eat like one meal a day or something, or like cereal and one other
I
meal?
had cereal already. Yeah,
So that one 7-inch pizza is going to fill you up for the rest of the day?
yeah, it should be.
Really? Wow. Okay. I always say that. We went out to eat last night, and neither one of us even touched our main portion. It came in 3 stages, and by the time we got halfway through our second stage, when the fajitas and stuff came, there was no way we could finish our food. So I'm eating leftover Mexican food today.
So you put
My
the
eyes
stuff in
are
the
always bigger
refrigerator,
than my
shove it in the
stomach.
microwave later.
I wish I had a microwave. God, that would make life easier. I refuse to buy one. I don't work out of the house. I refuse to buy a microwave.
I
don't
understand that. I mean, we use
for you,
we use a toaster
it's
oven a lot
different.
more than we ever used a microwave. Trust me.
Good. Yeah, no, for you, it makes sense because you're blind and deaf. You need a fucking microwave, all right? You do have a microwave, right?
No, I got rid of it. I
You
threw
do
it
not
out.
have a microwave at all?
Nope, just a toaster oven.
Oh, I think we might need to look into.
I think not, considering the fact that Michelle doesn't have any room to put it.
All right, so if I got you a little one,
A
you don't
toaster
have room
oven
for
sitting
it?
where the microwave used to be sitting.
Okay, if you don't have, and you don't miss it, you don't need one.
I don't miss it. I don't need it.
Okay, if you ever need that, let me know. I'll get you one because that's. I know for you that. But all right.
No, I didn't. Actually, I haven't eaten some of the cheese. Yeah, obviously. But I mean, also, that's not dinner, though. We're going to make some dinner tonight. We're going to make a little stuffed crushed cheese pizzas. Yeah. Well, those would work fine. They cook in about 18 minutes. And then you can just eat them with one hand. Munch, 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 munch. Yep. Put them in the toaster oven. Cook them for about 18, 20 minutes, as it says. And then I have a nice little dinner. Quick and easy. So I can get right to Silver Moon and not have to worry about, waiting for the thing that could take about 20 minutes to cool.
Oh, wow, that's cool. Okay. Oh, hang on. Germany and Denmark have the highest prices, but where I live, it's the overall highest prices as a city, which is weird as we supply a lot of the oil and fuel, and it's very complex to see the corruption. Oh, really?
Oh, by the way, there is one thing about the
it.
big, beautiful bill, Gidgey, that you may not have realized. This is one of the good things. They are want more fossil fuel investments in the United States, which is good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Look, I don't think it's all bad. I really don't. I just think it reminds me a lot of that thing that we said we wouldn't touch, and I see a lot of those things in there, and I am never a fan of taking away someone's benefits. We used to be the wealthiest country in the world. I would assume we still are. We can afford to feed poor people. Now, no, I don't agree. You shouldn't live on welfare.
Well,
we
the
have
people that they
yes.
really want to take off the benefits of the illegals. That's really the ones they want to take off. Those are the ones that have to go. And the AABD, able-bodied without dependent children.
And able-bodied, absolutely. And I mean, I don't understand how, if you're an illegal alien, you got benefits in the first place. That makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean,
but
when you
if
have
you're an
children
American citizen,
under the age of, under the age of 14, it kind of makes sense, right?
Oh, because the children are, well, so then they are entitled to it.
Right.
If it's for their children that were born in the United States.
But people that are able-bodied without disabled children have no excuse not to put some effort into it.
I agree.
So that's what they
Brain
wanted
Dead,
to
I
stop,
agree.
which
I've
is
seen it. I used to be a manager at a grocery store, and I mean, they would sell the food stamps right in front of us. It was crazy. And I'm not going to say that I've never bought people's food stamps because, I mean, they sell them at 2 to 1.
I never did because I knew it was patently illegal, and I said nope. I know people wanted to buy mine, and I said nope.
And I was like, sure, I'll buy them. Fuck yeah. And I know that's bad now, but back in the day when I was young and, I had a young kid, I couldn't afford all that shit. So yeah, it was real nice. But yeah, exactly, Brain Dead. It sucks because we know that there are welfare baby mamas, right? The mamas that just have babies so they don't have to work for a living. And it's sad. We should not foster that. No, I don't agree with that. However, anyone should be entitled to food stamps for at least 6 months of their life if they qualify, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is, they also said that illegals will no longer be eligible, which is good.
And of course, I agree with that. But if your child was born in America, then your child should get American benefits.
Well, no, they're getting rid of that under the birthright citizenship too. So that's not going to be an option anymore. No more anchor babies.
So I don't agree with that, but whatever. That's just a difference in politics and me being a bleeding heart.
But here's some other things that are more positive. As I said, they want more investment in fossil fuel plants, coal, natural gas, nuclear, hydro. Green initiatives that are only tied to solar and wind are no more. No more mandated EV vehicles.
Thank
God. You want one, you can buy one, but it's not going to be getting tax incentives for it. Also, I also want to get your opinion on something that's not in the bill, but I want to throw it out there anyway. What do you think about the original Bush era incandescent light bulb ban? Do you think it really was a requirement when people already were going with CFLs?
I'm not educated enough about the
well, I mean, you're educated enough when you see the price of the light bulbs on the store shelves. Right?
It seems silly. However, I will say when I buy one of those expensive light bulbs, I can tell you I've bought a couple and they've lasted. We're on years now that they have lasted, which is really cool. Like
Absolutely.
I can't tell you the last time I had to buy a light bulb, which is really nice.
Right.
But I do know that they're expensive. And if I was just starting out, I can remember as a young person buying a 4-pack of light bulbs for 99 cents. Those days are over. And I understand why. I just wish that there was a low-cost option for people that can't afford these $10 and $20 light bulbs, because I don't think it's fair, right?
There is. And here's,
there is. Okay.
We're talking about, what we say, false economy. You're talking about incandescent light bulbs, right? You're saying like, oh, I can get, a pack of 2 for 20, for $1, right? Yeah, but you realize how many times you're going to be replacing those 60-watt light bulbs when you can get a matching incandescent light bulb, LED bulb that for about $5, and it lasts you about 10 times longer. See, what Michelle is trying to get at, I agree with her this. The economy, the everyday person, it was already starting to go with the low-cost, energy-efficient light bulbs. They didn't have to make it a mandate. People already were doing it because they were looking at the long-term cost benefits. So all they did was, by taking rid of the incandescent light bulbs, it took away choice. There's some people that will still be using. If you still had 100-watt incandescent bulbs, there'd be people still buying them, maybe for their little, kitty easy bake ovens or whatever. But they most people would have said, screw that. It's throwing more heat, which I don't want in the summer. Winter is good to get electric heat, so it counts as electric heat for me. But most people would just go, look. This thing only uses 14 watts versus 100 watts. It is the same brightness as a 100-watt light bulb. It uses at least a fifth of the power. It lasts more than 10 times longer. I'm going to buy those because they get better performance. Oh, I can choose if I want, different color temperatures. And people see that's why mandates made no sense, because mandates made no sense at all. It just was stupid what Bush did. So, I know Trump originally got rid of the light bulb ban, but it was already was needed. People already were switching to LEDs from CFLs and incandescent bulbs. And so that's what I'm saying. Is this better for government to ban something outright or just kind of encourage it? That's a good question. Considering now that they've said that they're not going to be investing as much into solar subsidies and wind power, is that still mean that we're going to still have people wanting to invest into solar power plants and wind turbines? I would think so, because companies realize it saves them money, costs them less money to get power from the sun than it does to run coal and natural gas or oil power plants. Right. Well, that's something to think about. Yeah. Well, I think it's time to get ready to wrap it up because it is Michelle. I mean, I know I like to wrap up my show about by 5:30. So Michelle normally would be able to get something cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, that sounds good. I got to go get
That
ready.
way we
too.
don't have to rush out and get the stuff done at the last minute. So tonight's show will be right now. We'll just keep it on Kick tonight because I don't think we need to put it over on Twitch and Rumble.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. I'll see y'all there.
Yeah, I'll see y'all there. Okay, so that's the way as far as mandates go. In this case, I think the mandates are not even made any sense because it's just unnecessary. Was set up then for Americans and legal immigrants to need for time of a couple of years. Those affordable Democrats. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what Richard Nixon was trying to do with SSI. Also, he created the Section 8 program, but it was not like it is now. It was not treated like it is now. It wasn't this voucher. It was a subsidy. In other words, it was like, in a way, it kind of was like food stamps. We would give you, based on your income, a certain amount of money towards your rent, and then you had to go out there and find an apartment. The landlord who you give would pay him your share, or the subsidy that was paid to you paid to him plus your regular rent. And there's plans to redo Section 8 back to the 1970s design because it's just a mess as it is now. So I understand that, Grace. I get it. Trust me, we get it. Me and Michelle, discuss this in our personal life too. The same thing with personal money, but we try to be responsible, but sometimes we kind of get up with stupid projects, but I mean, the government's no different, right? Hey, can I borrow a couple more $1 trillion for this program? What? No. Yeah, we're in debt by $40 trillion, so we have to fix this. All right, guys. So right now, let's just wrap this up, everybody, and just want to say, everybody, thank you for all coming. Let me give a quick blessing. May you all stay out of trouble. Enjoy the nice. It's not bad weather out there. But have a good time. Pray for the people in Texas. Pray for the people in Los Angeles, and keep your friends and family in your prayers too. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me too. And of course, don't forget, in my case, I'll see you tonight in Silver Moon Radio, AM 1610. May you all have a good night, grooving to the tunes. No, absolutely. The service is done. Go out, peace, kindness, and don't forget the party on, dude. And we'll all see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. What? I think sometimes people forget who's who. No, okay. Well, right now, for those of you who forget, this show is my show. Michelle's show is coming up at 7 o'clock. Yeah, that simplifies it. Yep. So I will see you at 7 o'clock. Right. And I'll see you next Sunday at 3. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.
Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world, come and see. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.